Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever back again, looking over my fine city of Gravelgrad. We don't have a ton of money. Certainly, I have far more ambitions than I do money. So, but I think I'd like to start planning out our next move, and it's kind of a big one. As you know, if you've watched the last episodes, we've been making strides towards expanding, and I think now is the time to start talking about some serious expansion plans and what we're going to do. Now, I've had two different debates in my head. I'd really like to get steel because it's so darned expensive. And as I've pointed out before, I'd like to get the steel over in this area. However, because that's kind of far away, and we're also importing things, I think we should become more self-sufficient, and by building up, the ability to build things, I think in the long run we're kind of better off, even if we buy a little bit of extra steel to get there. So, with that having been said, what I would like to do, as our money builds up, hopefully, is come up here and build a bit of a quarry area. So, not sure exactly how it'll work out, but it seems like, a reasonably decent spot that we can get a few good quarries in and a ore processor somewhere up in this area. And then from there, heading down this way, I'm picturing that we could get some of the things that we don't have, like an asphalt plant and a, the asphalt plant, concrete plant. What else needs gravel? Cement plant. So that way we can start making our own cement, stop importing it, and then make our own concrete. And then once we can make concrete up here, we're going to need a lot of concrete for, I know, the steel mill and some of those kind of things. And also we'll need a fair amount for the oil refinery kind of area that I plan on having in right here. So what we kind of need to do that, I think, is some people up here. So what I would like to do, just to get the layout going, is to start up in this area and start figuring out, hopefully some reasonable places to put some quarries that the roads aren't crazy getting them in and out of the hills. So let's go ahead and come in. Oops, wrong one. Come into the quarries, and I'm gonna take off that auto, but I really wish they would have that be saved. So one day I think they will. All right, so where can we put quarries that are decent? They don't have to be great, but, if you try to get them to be great, a lot of times what ends up happening is you end up in places. See, that's really not a bad place. Now, what I want to try to do is lower this is, see, it's a tough place to lower, isn't it? Maybe we can come in and put act like we're going to put a quarry down here. Can we get... No, you just won't even give me any? All right, let's try leveling it a little bit. It should mostly level the dirt. As a matter of fact, we'll even come out here and level a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean to plop that down. I didn't realize it turned green. I want it to be, see, that's too green. There we go. See how that's a lot more powerful when it comes to... Now, can we lower? And then get it... I just want to try to get this thing as far down. See, okay, yeah, like that. Let's turn it this way, because maybe it'll level into the hill a bit, There we go. See how I can't take that hill down when I just used a regular tool. It'll take like forever and a day. But if we use this, we can get it to lower it down. And then we can get right back in on that gravel without having too much of a hill. So even now it's taken a while. but we should be able to get right back in on real good quarry ground, you know? And not be 50 feet up in the air. Or however many feet that is. I guess it's meters if you're in most. There we go. So that's good enough. Once this gets leveled out enough to build, we'll spin her around. Oops. So you want more level? So there we go. So now, can we lower this? Let's give it a little level action. Just so the road coming out of there is kind of straight. Now we can do some of the leveling with the road itself, hopefully. So you get that to its yellow, and then it'll. There we go. All right, so there's one. I think we want 3. I feel 3 is a good number. Now, can we do? Look, that looks like a prime spot, kind of, doesn't it? Close enough, anyway. See, like right up in there would be good. Can we get that to level down some? Let's see. Nice. Now we're going to come back. You go down. All right, let's see if we can lower a bit. Let's make that small. Point that guy in. Seems to be doing the better trick, huh? Nice. The power of the building leveler. Just let it go all the way down as far as it wants. Can we lower again? Nah, so it just doesn't want to lower that much more there, so that's okay. Well, that'll be good enough. Which I don't think this is. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaty, but if you're going to make a quarry, you know, you're going to put it in a good spot. You're not going to put it halfway, so to speak. And you probably would start at the top of that hill, right? Now the question with this one is, how do we get it out of here? Because this one is a bit higher up the hill, and lower that mountain. There we go. I can see the last few blocks coming down now. And I think we'll be good if we... Now, often when I first started, I would like... If you notice, I'm setting my roads out to the side because it ends up being a lot easier to actually go off to the side. Now this I definitely want to try to lower. Lower it as much as is reasonable. Okay, as far as I can go. And then we'll just level it. And the leveling just kind of makes the road go a little straight. Now I think we want to lower it again. A little straighter. But then again, the road will do its own thing. right, that should be pretty good. If this will turn green for us. Taking a while, isn't it? But it does. You know, it's... good enough. So now let's see about a road. I want to get this. So I want to get it down the hill. Well, we're just green there, aren't we? So we'll have a little bit of a... We'll just go with that for now. So the third one, what do we think? Over here? Yeah, I mean, that's a nice area of stone right there. So if we can get 3, then we don't have to build them all right away. We can kind of ramp it up. But this is about planning. I don't have the money to do all this anyway. So yeah, see, I think if we can get another one... Yeah, like look at that. That's nice and green right there. So can we start like down here? With our, just walk that guy right in there. The drama, huh? Let me turn it. Let me move it down. I think that's moving it down a little bit. Again, the lower you can get these guys, the better you are. And I think the pace will pick up, I promise. I'm not sure what to say while I'm doing all of this, but... Yeah, that's just all green there, so it doesn't look too level to me. But all right, now let's see if we can't get these roads. And this is really where not paying for them with dollars is. Yeah, that's pretty happy. Oops. I don't want to do that. All right, so now, I guess... Let's see how we can get this one out of here. Yeah, I'd like them to kind of be right in the middle, right? Again, there's getting them out of here, and then there's getting them out, you know, like this might be too steep. Really not bad. This is... must be getting better at this game because... Trust me. I must be getting better. All right, let's kind of... There. I'd like to see if I can't bring that in a little more of an angle. No? No, you're not. It doesn't really like a certain angle. So there we go. So that's like a professional did it there. I'm impressed with myself. Even if you guys aren't. And if you've brought things out of the mountains, you kind of know what I'm talking about. That wasn't so bad. All right, so now these guys are going to drive in. We might delete a little bit of this because, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, do we want it maybe on like this plateau? We want to make sure our road there... It could certainly be tucked off to the side here. Let me lower. I want to make it lower than higher. Even though that means the trucks will... Well, do we want it lower than... Oh, you know what else we need? We need to get a bus stop in here. Let's just get this guy in first. Yeah, you know what? That's an argument for keeping it higher than lower, isn't it? Because if we can get a bus stop that would serve all of these guys, that kind of saves us. And I'm thinking, can we squeeze one in? Yeah, let's do the bus stop first, and then we'll make sure that our other guys. Yeah, so it's level. I think that'll fit in there. Or lower, I mean. Lower this enough. That's a terrain collision. Yeah, that's about as much as it'll let me. Let me put my wireframe on. Oh yeah, by the way, look, and I even did all that without wireframe. All right, I don't know if I just helped or hurt. Alright, let's just see what happens if we try to... Yeah, I don't like that I just put it with the road the other way. Let's make sure the road attaches first. Don't click, or else we would have just deleted that road. I know I say that too much, but there we go. I really don't like the way that road was. All right, there we go. So now, why don't we get some footpaths in? And by the way, I wanted to say that I have not had... I'm going to go there. Wow. Yeah, I don't... It's like a goat path there, isn't it? All right, so this one can come up. And they'll just have to walk right up the side of the hill there. And then this one can come here. Yeah, whatever rules apply to the roads. Can we get that guy? Yeah, perfect. Don't apply to people paths. They can be... People apparently can climb anything. Yeah, so those people are just going to have to walk up the thing there. Now, will this work? Yeah. So we're well within range. So as long as we, oh, you know what? We are going to need power too, aren't we? So why don't we plan on a power line like there? Oops, did that place? Oh, no, it just did the, there, so it's attached. Now I'm going to immediately, I don't want to build a gravel road. So I am going to immediately, can I just get that? Did that delete the whole thing? No, good. Yeah, you can't see those things. Good, so now we have substation, and actually, let's go back. We do want a road. But we want a gravel road. All right, so now we need to just be able to get this, which we can delete this back. So I'm thinking we tuck our gravel ore processor, or gravel processing plant. I guess it's not gravel ore, is it? Let's make sure we have enough room to turn that road. That's really not looking too bad. If there is any issue I have with it, it's that the people are going to go on the far end. We're 160 away, so they should be, this might work out real well. we're going to just step it back in a little bit further. Just so it has a little bit of room around it. Let's step it over this way a little bit. Take some of that down. Jackhammering up the trees. There we go. So now when we bring it down, our road will be, just have a little bit of leeway there, right? All right. Let's see, can we lower this a bit? That was too little bit. Okay, so I'm going to bulldoze this road back to there. Let's just see what happens if we just go like that. Bam. So now what we need is a road. No, you know what? Sorry. We need the road for the bus, really. So we need to come straight on out to wherever town's going to be. Where's... Probably just right down in here. Huh? All right, so now let's just come straight down and see if we can't. That's a fine looking road. If they didn't want me to be a little cheaty about so we just sort of screwed up, didn't we? Yes. All right, let's, here's a trick. What we do is just come to about here. Well, here, let's just get rid of this whole road. And I'm just going to lower this spot like right here. Like that. And then we'll come back to this. We're going to go down into that low spot, and it'll lower everything a bit. Let's see, did we lower it enough at this point? Nope. So let's do the same thing. So we get it. Let's lower it close to where it was before we started. Which really wouldn't break my heart anyway. There we go. Perfect. So now let's bulldoze all of this, which is fine. That's not too steep. I don't know why. Sometimes it's very serious about leveling things. So that should just take all that back out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to take a bunch of that back out and use this leveling tool and just to make it look nice. I'm happy with the level. I just want it to be, you know, nicer. All right. Perfect. So now that's going to be our gravel processing. I want to lower some of this down. Oh, that's raising. Just so it doesn't get in the way of our conveyors. And talk about what we need coming out of here. So now we have plenty of conveyors exiting this thing. So let's see what it would look like. Gravel processing. So we need, if a cement plant could get coal, which coal could, as much as we don't need a ton of cement. It doesn't need to be some huge industry. But we would be trucking coal in from over here is where we would put our local coal mine. And then the other one prefab panels is going to need the cement, which is fine. Concrete is going to need the cement. Bitumen, the asphalt plant, which also needs the gravel, is going to be coming from over there. And the brick factory has just the coal, but we already have one of those, so we'll just ship bricks in. So really, the thing we should probably put over here first, in my opinion, is probably the concrete plant and then the prefab plant, because these need the same thing, cement and whatever. So now if we're going to do that, you know what, let's get a storage yard. I'm thinking, would that fit in here nicely? See, if we fed this, that could feed both of the other plants. Let's level. I don't really want to level that. I just sort of want to. Well. So if we could feed this to like right here, we could actually feed it across the street. And why don't we put our other plants like right across the street? And then I'll cheat this over this way. Okay, so there we go. And then let's make sure, well, let's lower just a little bit. So these conveyors can get by. All right. So we'll have a conveyor from there to there. And then now, coming back out of this, we will have the cement needing ones. So we're going to have prefab panels factory, which will have to have, let's turn it this way. But that can just be placed with no big issues, and the road's facing back out. As long as we can get these. Have a concrete plant, which needs to go this way. Unfortunately, its road is, of course, the exact opposite. I'm going to try to put where the conveyors are in the same place. So let's see if we can manage to get that road past there with conveyors, two different conveyors crossing it. Not likely with the way that is. I mean, it can turn, but I don't think it'll go under that. Right? No. So what we're going to do is, let's delete those. And then I am going to lower this. It's kind of up in the air anyway. All right, good enough. So now let's take okay, that might work. So let's go back to conveyors. It's funny, like the markers are like up in the air, so you can't always line them up. Now I wonder, did we do enough? Yes. to just do a fair U-turn there. And this guy needs to get attached to here. Can we lower that a bit so it doesn't look so janky? No. All right, it'll look a little janky. It's, yeah, I don't think too many, well, no, I guess the aggregate storage could be used for construction in this area too, so that's good. So we can send trucks up to here to get stone. All right, now, so that's that and that and that. Let's just sort of complete some of this stuff so it's not all white. Footpaths. How's our town doing? I hope it's okay over there. I'm not used to leaving it. I've been so focused on it, you know. Like, leave it for more than 10 minutes. It's like leaving your kid at school or something. Okay, so good. So now we have that and that. Now let's go back to our buildings. And I think at first, are we just going to run a pipeline over here for bitumen? And if we did, does that affect how we would deal with the coal? So in other words, our cement plant is going to need some coal. Now, I don't really think it does. But I think if we had to have it, yeah, there's no, I guess we would have it like this way. There's no perfect, I'm just wondering, you know, we want to be able to drive in and out with the cement to get over to here. You know what, that's not so bad. I think we may end up having to have a thing. Let's just look at this asphalt plant, see if that changes our mind about anything. Yeah, I mean, that kind of works out, other than its road is definitely on the wrong side. But having said that the road is on the wrong side, do we want, is there something we can do to, like this one we may be able to cheat. Yeah, now the road is just on the wrong side, isn't it? Yeah, I think I would put it, let's see. What I almost wanted, now that, let me look at this small. Yeah, see, that has two inputs. I'm looking for like a divider on the conveyors, you know, like, so maybe what we can do is just do exactly that. Like, let's see, can we put, sorry guys, a conveyor divider, like at whatever angle I can get this thing in at. Right, and then come back to here. So since this one has its pipe, it's going to have to take stuff in this way. The pipe is going to have to cross the road, I guess. But let's put the cement plant in. Okay, before we even put the cement plant in, here's what I'm saying. Let me zoom out so you guys can see. So hopefully that will get us gravel in. Yeah, I like that a lot better. See what I'm liking? The fact that here's what I'm liking. Let's just put this road out so we have a guideline. And then what I want is aggregate truck unloading. Hopefully I get this in about the right spot. Always move it. Yeah, see that? So now I can get the gravel coming in, and then we can get these. The road can go out the south, which is kind of like nice enough. Especially if you want to take cement to other places, but it's not that far to go over to our other cement needing things. It's not like it's pointing in the wrong direction. Huh? So now, last and certainly not least in my opinion, is an asphalt plant. Now, its road goes out a little bit weird, but not too bad. You know, we'll be able to do what we have to do. All right, so now let's make sure all the conveyors actually attach. Perfect. 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 We need one of these. Perfect. All right, so let's commit to those, and then let's go back out to roads and get everything attached to a road somehow. Oh, really? Ah, nice. The one spot we could do it, and it worked. All right, so now this guy. Do we want to do... Coal is going to need to come into here. So what I'm thinking of is, let's do this a little bit. Right? I'll just build this down to here. And why don't we come up with a road this way? Say to about there. Attach this road. This guy can come right down into there, and then we'll have a road that sort of misses that hill for the most part, but comes in there. And then we can have another road. We can have like a giant intersection of traffic congestion. What do you guys think of that? I hope you like it, because I can't actually hear you speaking if you are. Nice. So now we have a power thing up here, right? Where's... Oh, that's right, I can't see. So let's go back over to this. So this power would get just those things. It's not going to get down to here. So we should probably consider... Yeah, that can be like the end of the line. And if we tuck it in between these two, let's do the switch first. Other way, which is kind of good because we can get a road going. Will that make it past the buildings? Let's see. So we want kind of big power here. Yes, we made it past. We'll just go straight up to there without no muss, no fuss. And then we'll take this guy. Oh, now you're going to give me... Oh, because you... That's all right. We can take you across the street. And that means this guy can go wherever the heck we want. Kind of. And that's going to cover all of these buildings. Perfect. And you know what? We'll make you a big one too, because that's the mood we're in. All right, I don't want to go too far with this. So there we go. So let's commit to, well, do we build those? Yeah, those, you know, I'm just going to leave them white for now, like in planning mode. Just so that I don't mess anything else up. Well, there's a lot of little chunks of road there. Good. So then when we bring coal in, or even if we want to take construction materials, we don't have to drive down here. And that sort of leads me to thinking town should be maybe centered right around this road. So let me just, we'll level a bit. And yeah, so how do we want to lay out? We get fresh start, you know? Let's lower some of this. I know I spend a lot of time leveling more than I probably actually need to, but part of the reason is that you can pack things in tighter. You know, it can be the difference between getting an extra house in, and the extra house is a lot more people. So what we're going to need in our town here is, what I'd like to do is kind of create a square. I guess we should do it, yeah, we could put some houses on this side of the road, but we're going to create like a square right here. This isn't probably ever going to be a huge town. So let's go and get the residential. So we're going to give them the basics of everything they need. Now we could do a shopping center. And just have, like, now that we're a little bit wealthier, right? And how much more is a shopping center? Quite a bit, isn't it? Let's just do the basics. Sorry. So I want to, let's see, if we have a one road, I don't want to interfere with that road. So let's just plop these down for placeholders. So we would have, you know, a couple houses. Like we could have a street row of houses here. We could have a couple rows of houses like here. Here. The roads for the houses don't make that much difference. So then what I would do is have like another house maybe like this. And this is going to be like way more than we probably need. And then we would have a road. And because it's in town, we'll do fancy road from the get-go. Right? And then we would have shops. That's not all the right button to hit. So grocery store is very important to them. Now, here's another question. I really wish these two had different, they do have a different orientation, don't they? Let's see. No, they have the same orientation. It'd be nice if you could put like one warehouse like in the middle of these guys. All right, so we're just going to put this guy kind of as close to that street as we can get him. And then we're going to give him a regular old store. Again, kind of as close as we can get him. And then we're going to give him a cinema. Because they're going to want a cinema. And then we're going to get them a pub, because they're going to want a pub. So now we're starting to get kind of far from the house all the way up there, but they don't have, it's fine. Like, we don't have to have houses up there. So then they're going to want a football field. Why don't we put that a little bit closer to where we kind of plan on the houses for now. Sense. And eventually we'll want a tennis court. Now this town's not going to, no, that'll be fine. They only need one connection. So they'll have plenty of sport. That'll be their sporting area. And that's kind of good because we could eventually do, again, we don't have to build all this right away, so don't think I am. Matter of fact, some of it I'm going to demolish. Oops. There we go. Can we go down one like there? There we go. So see, yeah, these two will attach to that, right? Yeah. So, yeah, problem. These will attach to that. Let's go a little bit further. And then Where's this building? I guess it ends here, right? Building. Yeah, it's like right, it's where it looks like it is. So I'm going to come over a little bit closer. And so now this building ends about here. What's wrong? Leveling, right? Yeah, leveling really doesn't hurt, especially when you're in town. Yeah, see, like this, that's pretty ugly there, but it'll be behind the cinema. And once we have it a bit lowered, we'll do levelly. Yeah, that's way higher than I thought it was. Because it really just depends on your angle, doesn't it? Because if you're at one angle, it's hard to tell. More bulldoze. Like I said, a lot of this we're just going to redo when it comes to construction time anyway. All right, now let's try level again. This is just more to make it look pretty. All right, now in town fancy roads. Is that not straight or is it straight? Yeah, I guess it is. Well, there we go. So we got everything a little town would need, except for people. And let's bulldoze. Is that our money going up or down? Oh, it's going up. It scared me. All right, so I'm going to bulldoze both of these. And sometimes I think you're better off just doing this and hitting that and then not wiping out what you just did. So for now, I'm going to say, okay, accept the roads, and then come back to the houses. And again, this is going to get deleted, like you may have seen me did before, that I've done before. All right, okay, now here's where we're going to use our spin it around trick, right? So we're going to go all the way around once, all the way around again, and then do we line up with this road? Yes. It seems like we're... What's going on? Now, can we get another one in there? No, why not? Let's delete that one. Thought we just had two in there. Now we can't get to it. Why do you need to be so far over? What? Yeah, you really? Oh, because you know, see here we go with the leveling. You know, when these things aren't level, it definitely makes a difference. Lower that a bit. All right. Well, those, in fairness, these houses weren't this close, were they? There we go. I don't think I'm going to get another one in anyway. No. It's all right. There'll be room there for a statue or something, I guess. It's funny how that works. Whatever. 7 is a fine number in life, I think. All right, so there we go. So we have, you know, the potential for quite a few houses. And then the last thing we'll need... Well, yeah, we do want a gas station, don't we? And we want our gas station. This was not even on my mind before I even selected it. So we're going to want a gas station up here to service these various bits of equipment. And probably should have one. We're going to need a vehicle depot over here. So it's not a bad idea to put it near that, but we just should probably have one down here for whatever vehicles come in. Now, I don't want to be close to town to where I interfere with some future grander plan. So let's just put it here. All right. Now we're going to have to get people to here, and we're going to have to get people to up here. So what I really meant to build was a bus stop. Can't build due to infrastructure. Why not? Okay. What? It's funny how it levels itself, and then the zone of influence changes. Did I just build that? No. There we go. So, oh wait, we already have a bus stop up there. I'm sorry. For that anyway. So now we have a bus stop and a nice level place in case we ever want to build something else. What we need is a bus stop for these people, which is probably going to fit very easily. Let's put the people end up that way. Good, so that should be close enough to satisfy all of those folks. So let's see about getting them some footpaths. Yeah, footpaths are all taken care of up there. What is this thing? The prefab panels, why don't we see a footpath? I guess they just come into the front door there, the front roadway. Yeah, that's as close as I can get it. Let's get it through this conveyor. Right. Yeah. There we go. So that'll cover that and that. And then these guys could use one. As a matter of fact, their footpath can come in like this, and then this one will tie in, I think, and look much better like that. So now who else needs, ooh, that's going to be a distance for those people, isn't it? Same thing with here. Oh, no, this is just a storage yard. People don't need to be there. So these people, boy, yeah, I don't think this is going to, is that? So let's just take our handy dandy measuring tool. Yeah, they'll walk that far. Good. Good. Nobody works in the gas station, so now we're going to need a bus stop, and it should be, I think, right up here, because then we'll, you know, we can get all these people in this town at this point. If you don't work in one of the shops, you're going to work in the gravel business. Let's spin this around. Oh, what do we have there? Is that a house? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's also get rid of that and that. Yes. Now, can we get this guy in there? Beautifully. Yes, I like it. If we want to continue that road, it's not interfering with that road. If we want to put more houses here, we probably are still close to stores. You know what I did forget? And maybe we could even just shove it in right over here is a kindergarten. And we probably actually need a school too, don't we? So can we get this? How big is a school? Is bigger, isn't it? Yeah, so if we put a school, why don't we put the school here? Because we're not ever going to have more than one of either of these. And then the kindergarten's a little bit smaller, but you really want to be far away, don't you? Can we do levelly and make you a little bit happier to fit in there tighter? What is that? Let's just bulldoze this and let's make this road longer. Is that too far from these other houses for a kindergarten? That's what I'm wondering. Maybe we're better off even just like taking this house out. Yeah, you know what? I like the idea of taking this house out. But it still won't fit. Will it fit this way? No. Okay. So there shall be a kindergarten. And I think I'm going to make a second effort at this. See if we can't get those just a bit closer. So I think if I just had a hair more, I could get 4 in a row there. Oh, come on. There you go. I had a feeling I could get those in. So now rather than having like 72 different paving jobs here, we'll come in, we'll delete all of these connections. And even this one. So if we delete all these connections, we can get these roads paved in like no time, right? Let's go back over to the road tool. Oop, I didn't do the right road. anything behind there. Yeah, at some point, once we get this asphalt plant going, and we can always upgrade the roads, I think, pretty easily, but you know, there we go. So now those two are kind of fixed. This one's fine. It's not all chopped up. This one's all chopped up. And we won't worry about... Oh, it does block this street, doesn't it? Oh, what did I do there? Clicked the wrong way. All right, so let's get this one going first. So we are going to delete everything. Yeah, that's fine. So now let's put in a one job, so that when we do assign this one job, we'll get all that paved in one shot, and then we can do all our connections after that. We got all of this to work on. We're getting our money built up nicely. I know I'm probably forgetting something. Well, we don't have power up to here, do we?